Shalawam, Yasharahla, giving all praise and glory to the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. As always, I'm going to start off with Colossians 3:17. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of the anointed Savior, MASHAYACH, YAHAWASHI, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father, MASHAYACH, YAHAWASHI. So all that we say and do is going to be in the name of the anointed Savior, MASHAYACH, YAHAWASHI. We give thanks to the Most High power, like I say, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel for everything, because he's worthy to be praised. Hallelujah. Through his glorious and holy name. I want to look at topic tonight concerning spiritual darkness. And darkness in the Bible means ignorant, not knowing, being stupid to that extent. So we're going to look at Deuteronomy 29, the 29th chapter. We'll start at verse 2. We're going to concentrate on verse 4, though. It says, Deuteronomy 29:2. It said, and Moses called unto all Israel and said unto them, ye have seen all that the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob did before your eyes in the land of Egypt under Pharaoh, and unto all his servants, and unto all his land, right? So you've seen this. We all seen that. All 12 tribes went into the Egyptian captivity after we was ruling Egypt big time. So we all seen with our own eyes in the land of Egypt them 10 plagues that the Most High put upon the Egyptians, and we were safe and sound. Had no problem. The great temptations which thine eyes have seen, the signs and those great miracles, right? But listen to verse 4. He said, yet the Most High have not given you an heart to perceive. And the heart means a mind to perceive, and eyes to see, and ears to hear unto this day. Say. Because if that was the case, then for all that they seen, or all that we seen as the Israelites in captivity, knowing that the Most High showed his love for us by not allowing us to be involved with any of the plagues that he put upon the Egyptians. And here we are complaining. He said, hey, yet the Most High have given you an heart, which is your mind to perceive, not giving you a mind to perceive, and eyes to see, and ears to hear unto this day. See. He said, I have led you 40 years in the wilderness. These the wicked adults. He said, I led you 40 years in the wilderness. Your clothes are not waxing old upon you. 40 years, our clothes didn't get old. And thy shoe is not waxing old upon thy foot. Hear that? So our shoes didn't wear out. Ye have not eaten bread, neither have ye drunk wine or strong drink, that ye might know that I am the Most High your power. See. So here we are, a people. Then you're going to see then and now. What's the difference? What's the difference? Not much at all. Not much at all. Same people, same case scenario. Go to Job, the 5th chapter, 14th verse. Let the word talk to you today. Job 5:14. They meet with darkness in the daytime, and grope in noonday as in the night. You see? Because the Most High, verse 13 says, he taketh the wise, the so-called wise of this world, in their own craftiness. And the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. Make them fall right down on their face. You done fell right on your face, man. But what they doing, that's why they meet with darkness in the daytime. I mean, they meet with ignorance and the things that are evil and wicked in the daytime. That's why it's hip talk, like darkness is, when it's dark, you can't see. If I turn the lights on, you turn the lights off, you can't see. That's what it means. Not knowing, not knowing the place where to go or turn or whatever being told to you, you don't really get it. Like some of you hearing it, but you don't want to take the time to learn it because you've been programmed not to read. When keep something from us, you put it in the book. That's real. It's real talk. The number one book you should want to know about is the Bible. And if I hand you the Bible and you can't really talk to me from the Bible, there's something wrong. But you think when the MASHAYACH coming back, he gonna be able to take you to heaven. And the only thing we have to go by is this word. But understand, they meet with darkness in the daytime. And they tell you a lot of things they tell you in the daytime. But they telling you it's darkness. But you look at it as light. And grope in the noonday as in the night. You see? That's why you got to understand and understand how you have to conduct yourself in a way to understand so that you ain't walking in darkness. Ignorance, not knowing. If you care about yourself, that's why I say people don't care enough about themselves, but then they want you to really bend over backwards for their ignorance. Make that make sense. Like I say, when the book is closed, then what's the word on you? What's your conversation about? What you about? Isaiah 29:9. We're supposed to be meditating on this. Isaiah 29:9. Stay yourselves and wonder. Cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. See, they drunken, but not with wine. How you drunken? You ain't drank nothing. They drunken, but not with wine. They staggering, but not with strong drink. Why are they doing this? For the Most High have poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep. See? Deep sleep. And have closed your eyes. The prophets, that's these pork-chop eating preachers today, and your rulers, those that's ruling over us, the seers, the prophets, that was the name of a prophet before he was called a prophet, have he covered. Have he covered. Covered them up. So that, and the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed. It's sealed. Sealed shut. Which men deliver to one that is learned. Hey, he got a doctorate degree. A triple doctorate degree. He's very learned, right? In this world. Saying, read this. Hand him the Bible. Say, read this. I pray thee. And he said, I cannot. For it is sealed. You got to be taught. Precept upon precept. Precept upon precept. Line upon line. Line upon line. Here a little and there a little. You can understand through the precepts. As you see I'm doing. And always done. So look. He said, and the book is delivered to him that is learned. Saying, read this, I pray thee. And he said, I am not learned. I am not learned. I don't care what kind of degree they have. Even in their theologians' degrees. When they went to cemetery school and so forth, and got all these degrees, you have them the Bible say, talk to me. They can't. They can't. They can run their mouth, but they can't really deal with understanding this puzzle or this Bible. That's why it says. The book is delivered. Wherefore the Most High said, for as much as this people draw near me. Wait a minute, I skipped something. Hold up. Verse 12, and the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he said, I am not learned. See? The one that's got the triple doctorate degree say, hey, I can't understand it. If so, bring them forth. You'll see that they don't. Unless they done learn from us. Hebrew Israelites, they don't know this. Listen. Verse 13, wherefore the Most High said, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth. Oh, I loved Jesus. I love him. God. God is among us, right? As much as these people draw near me with their mouth and with their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart, removed their mind far from me. See? Thus said the Most High. And their fear toward me, meaning being afraid, being scared of him, respecting him to the utmost, is taught by the precept of men and not the precepts of this Bible. See? That's why it's very important. Look at Amos 8 and, Isaiah 8 and 20. Isaiah 8 and 20. Isaiah the 8th chapter, verse 20. It's a shame that our people don't know, and they don't want to know. They don't want to know. So whatever you have should be enough to get you to the kingdom. Whatever method you use. Isaiah 8 and 20. To the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this word, this Bible, it is because there is no light in them. So if you don't speak according to the word of the Most High in this Bible, then you rolling in what? If you don't have, if it says because there's no light in them, then you rolling in darkness, ignorance, not knowing. You know, the spiritual understanding of what we need to know of the Most High. It'll tell you in John 4:24, the Most High is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him how? In spirit and in truth. And we know the truth. We can see it together. As always, Psalms 119, 142, that righteousness is an everlasting righteousness. That righteousness is defined in Deuteronomy 6:25. The commandments of the Most High, the laws of the Most High are to make you righteous. And thy law is the truth. See? So this is what we're looking at. Isaiah 56 and 10. Because it's a diabolical plan to have you be the way you are and not know. Isaiah 56 and 10. His watchmen are blind. They're all ignorant. That's in darkness. Darkness is ignorance, not knowing. They're all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs, he called them. They cannot bark to warn you of the times we in. War is right on the blink. World War III is looking at us, the things that are written pertaining to prophecy, pertaining to the things that they plan to do. It all gonna come back to us, the Israelites. Mark my word. You better believe it. Because we got next forever, never, never. His watchmen are blind. They're all ignorant. Thus say the Most High. They are all dumb dogs. That's cold, ain't it? He called them dumb dogs. They cannot bark to warn you. Sleeping, you know, as you sleep, you know it's completely dark. Sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber. Yeah, they are greedy dogs. These people that's over us, they greedy dogs, he said, which can never have enough. But they like this, but then they tell you how you supposed to be. Program you how you supposed to be, how we supposed to be. When we're the chosen of the Most High. The book is talking to us. And he's telling us about who it is that we got to deal with. Because he said, look, put it like this. Who put MASHAYACH to death? What people put MASHAYACH to death? It was the Romans, who are what? So-called Italian Caucasians, right? Edomites. He said, through the power of the Most High and the spirit that came to King David, in Psalm 22:16, he said, for dogs have compassed me. The assembly of the wicked have enclosed me. They pierced my hands and my feet. Who did that? See, people not talking about that. Why are they not talking about that? The so-called white man killed HOSEA. They say they believe in Jesus. They're the ones put him to death. That's why he call them greedy dogs. He called them dumb dogs, and he called them greedy dogs. Now, I got it right here. Just in case y'all want to dispute something, I got it right here. If I can get it. Oh, here it is. The New Unger's Bible Dictionary. I ain't brought it out in a while, right? So we got to bring it out because y'all got to know when it's going to all come around. You're going to see that, hey, he's telling you about them. And who is it that we really looking at believing in and following in this day and time? So it says dog. This from the New Unger's Bible Dictionary, see? It's used, so I mean, that's what it is. Let me see if I can get, if I have it at the front, so y'all can see. Here it is. So you don't think I'm just pulling you, saying something off. See? You see it? I got something for you. All praise the Most High. This is how we got to do it. So let's look up dog here. Because y'all, a lot of y'all have an attitude. You think I'm just saying something, don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to make sure that you understand what the so-called white man said. It said dog, it says, in the East, dog is used for impure and profane persons, and was used by the Jews respecting the Gentiles, okay? So, say false apostles are called dogs on account of impurity and love of gain, like they say. What did it say? Verse 11, Isaiah 56 chapter, yeah, they are greedy dogs, which can never have enough. And get scriptures back it up. Those who are shut out of the kingdom of heaven are also called dogs on account of their vileness, probably a reference to homosexuality. Now that's what the so-called white man say. You know, y'all believe in him, that's what he said. I ain't write it. But it says, look, in the East, dog is used for impure and profane persons, right? So now, when you look up, real quick, we're going to look at Hebrews. Go to the book of Hebrews. It said, and profane persons. So we got to look at who's profane according to the scriptures. Go to Hebrews, the 12th chapter and the 16th verse in the New Testament. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat, we know that was red meat, sold his birthright, okay? So this is what we're looking at. And a lot of what we're dealing with is coming from them programming us to believe a certain way in all these different religions and so forth. Most of them never give us no religion. You can't find your religion in this Bible if thou canst. That's why he said, look, Isaiah 28 and 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge? Whom shall the Most High teach knowledge? And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk. So they got to be weaned from the milk. Like a baby. You know, a woman had a baby. They be on the milk. Right? But then you got to wean them from the milk. So they start eating regular food, right? So it says, whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. Because women would breastfeed their babies. 3 years, really. For precept must be upon precept. Precept upon precept. Line upon line. I say it all the time. Here it is. So you know. Line upon line. Here a little and there a little. That's how the Bible's written. You know, it might be talking about a subject to go to another subject. you know. And then you go to the New Testament, from the New Testament to the Old Testament, back to the New Testament to the Old Testament, you go all through here. He might speak once, twice, saying the same thing, might have to change it up a little bit so that we can understand it. But if you understand precepts, you can't understand this Bible. People have read it 50, 11 times and still don't know what it's talking about. Have certain verses there to remember. Look at Isaiah 59 and 10. We say we grope for the wall like the blind. And we grope as if we had no eyes. Like we can't even see. We stumble at noonday. That's bright as ever. That's the brightest part of the day. We stumble at noonday. As in the night. We are in desolate places as dead men. Say. Meaning we don't see what we're supposed to be seeing. This light. Understand this. A lot of you don't realize or don't really anticipate the fact of when you start talking about HaMashiach YAHAWASHI, that he was born in the Roman Empire. He was born in the Roman Empire. So I want to take you there. Go to St. John, the first chapter. St. John, the first chapter. Because since we're dealing with this light and darkness, let's see what he said and what it said concerning him. And it's going to be a lot that, we see, because he come in a volume of the book. And the things, understand this, when he was on the earth, there was no New Testament. All he had to go by was the law and the prophets, period. So if he read anything, it had to be in the Old Testament. Give an understanding. St. John, the first chapter. And let's look at verse 3. Because it's talking about HaMashiach YAHAWASHI said, all things were made by him. And without him was not anything made that was made. Mosai, let me show you right quick. Ephesians 3 and 9 gets right to the point. Ephesians 3 and 9. And to make all men see what is the fellowship of the mystery, the secret, which from the beginning of the world, we can go to the beginning of the world. Genesis 1 and 1, in the beginning, have been hid in the Most High. So this is a mystery that's been hid in the Most High. Something that's a secret that's been hid in the Most High. Who created all things by HaMashiach YAHAWASHI. See? But he's an angel, the top angel, the only begotten Son of the Most High. Till we came to be his sons. But you're only the son. I'll show you. Let me just show you. Going back to St. John 1 and 1, says, it says, in the beginning created all things by HaMashiach YAHAWASHI. In the beginning was the Word, right? And the Word was with the Most High. And the Word was HaMashiach YAHAWASHI. The same thing we just read when he said everything was created by HaMashiach YAHAWASHI, a mystery that's been hid in the Most High. So it says, the same was in the beginning with the Most High. Because he God too. If you want to just deal with that word, I don't like that word because that's dog spelled backwards. It just showed you what dog, when they told you what dog means. So they took dog and they spelled it backwards. You see? And came up with God. A European invention. Look it up for yourself. Look, it says, all things was made by him. So all things was made by HaMashiach YAHAWASHI. The Most High created all things by HaMashiach YAHAWASHI as an angel. As the spirit of the Most High, or the angel of the Most High, either or. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. So his life was the light of men. And the light shineth in darkness. So the light, him being the light, coming into what world? The Roman world, along with us, the children of Israel, amongst us, to give us the understanding of the Word. Because he is the Word, the Most High have a voice, and he's the Word of the Most High. He said, and the light shineth in darkness. So he's talking about the Roman Empire was in darkness. Ignorance. You're going to see this. The light shineth in darkness, right? Well, how do they get darkness? What do you mean by it? It's in darkness. Ignorance. We say ignorant, not knowing. Dumb. The light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehend it not. You see? Those in darkness are going to understand this either. He said, and the darkness, people that's in darkness comprehend it not. It's real. I mean, and see, when you look at why it was so, let me just get right to the point. Go to Isaiah 47 chapter. Now, I proved many a times that when you look at verse 1, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. So virgin daughter of Babylon represent the Edomites. The Edomites. You know, let me prove that right quick. Psalms 137. Psalms 137. Especially here in America. Verse 7 to 8. 7, 8. Remember, O Most High, the children of Edom, right? In the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. So when the Chaldeans, the Babylonians came and took us into captivity for our start of 70 years, they burned our temples down and so forth. The Edomites did, so-called white men. O daughter of Babylon, see, there it is right there. Remember, O Most High, the children of Edom. This is how you get understanding to the precepts. It said, virgin daughter of Babylon, right? So who's the daughter of Babylon? And who's a virgin? America ain't never been touched, right? Who touched this land over here? Besides them themselves, they had a civil war or whatever. Oh yeah. Better recognize, say, remember, O Most High, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. So they burned our temples down. O daughter of Babylon. So Edom is the daughter of Babylon, who ought to be destroyed, he said. Happy shall it be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. Say, happy shall it be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. Our little ones was dashed against the stone. So that's future prophecy. That ain't happened yet. So going back to Isaiah 47, the Most High told him in verse 5, he says, sit thou silent, thou shut up, be quiet, and do what? And get thee into darkness. That's why MASHAYACH said, the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended not, right? He said, sit down, be quiet, shut up, and get thee into darkness. Ignorance, not knowing. I mean, O daughter of the Chaldeans. Babylonians, Chaldeans, Cushites, same people. Ethiopians, same people. But they had that spirit of that. Look at a dollar bill. Oh man, this don't take a rocket science to figure out. Just turn over a dollar bill and look at what you see on a dollar bill. You don't see nothing but African sorcery, witchcraft, all the stuff that they dealt with. That's what they following. Pyramids, all that stuff is dealing with what? Over there in Africa. Them Africans, Hamites. Sit thou silent and get thee the daughters, O daughter of Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the lady of kingdoms. Virgin lady, right? God say nobody touched her. You know? Look at what they said, verse 7 say, and thou said, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither did remember the latter end of it. Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures. See, they ain't thinking about the end of it. But the end is right here in these scriptures of what they're going to say, what's going to go down, and what they're going to say to, and what's going to happen to everyone. It's all here. Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwelleth carelessly, that saith in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. That's very prideful, right? A widow mean, hey, you done lost your husband. Your husband had died or got killed. But these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. Meaning gonna kill the children, gonna kill the men. They shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries, see? Witchcraft, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. All the psychic things that they dealing with pertaining to not dealing with the Most High. So Mashayacha came forth, and that's why they were in darkness. That's why when they went into the dark, he said, sit down and get thee, shut up and get thee in the darkness. And when he got in the darkness, y'all know where I'm going next. You should know if you've been around. Isaiah 60:2. Just what they did. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth. He just told them to what? When they came into power, it tells you that evil was multiplied in the earth. So they came into power, then evil was multiplied in the earth. That's 1 Maccabees 1:9. It says, and behold, the darkness shall cover the earth. Ignorance and dumb, down people. Maybe we call them dumb dogs, greedy dogs. We just read that. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness, who? The people. Gross ignorance, the people. That's why it's saying what it's saying when Mashayacha came in the Roman Empire. The people, we had already been jacked up. You know, wicked Israelites following the way of the heathen. The Edomites from the Greek Empire. That's why they weren't even saying they were Israelites. You see the Greek into the Jews, the Greek into the Gentiles. That's us. Just like it is today. No, the Jews killed Christ. I ain't no Jew. Don't they say that in religions? For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. When he got, Moses told him to get in the darkness, he put the people in gross ignorance. That's why it sounds like whack, whack, whack. You can't get this. Our people can't get it because he don't want them to get it. Some going to be called later, but hopefully it ain't too late for you that have been called and you ain't trying to get this. Understand as much as you can. Remember Antiochus Epiphanes, he burnt the Bible. He killed everybody that was reading the Bible. That wicked Edomite. But the Most High shall rise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. See? And the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and kings to the brightness of thy rising. See? Gentiles gonna come to our light, and kings to the brightness of thy rising. They got no choice. You're either gonna learn this now, you're gonna learn it later, you're gonna be major later, or you're gonna perish. You know? Look at Jeremiah 2:8. As it is written, it's not my words. You got any questions about it? I'll show you scriptures. Jeremiah 2:8. The priest said not, where's the Most High? And they that handle the law knew me not. Hear that? They that handle the law knew me not. The pastors also transgressed against me. You know what the Most High said? That's why I call y'all pork chop eating preachers. He talk about y'all. The pastors also transgressed against me. How? We ain't under the law. We're in the mercy and grace. You got people following that type of doctrine. And the prophets prophesied by Baal. You hear that? Prophesied by Baal. Not the Most High, power of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, but the devil. By Baal worship. And walked after things that do not profit. It profit them. Because they got the people doing whatever they want them to do. And the people walk in there dumb and they come out dumber. You tell me they ain't going in there in darkness and coming out more dark than when they went in? I know, I was in there. I seen it. To observe. To pay attention to what it is that our people are going through from coming out of slavery and looking at our history of how we evolved this way and that way and this way and that way. Always looking at us. How all this pertains to us. Because nobody else care about us. Who? Name them. Nobody else care about us. If you care about us too much, you gone. So he's talking about these preachers that handle the law knew me not. Didn't know him. Know nothing about him. That's why verse 14 says, let's look at verse 13. It says, for my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewed them out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water. Hear that? These are religions. So what are you talking about? Because when it comes down to it, show me your religion in this Bible. You've been programmed. To believe something that will not profit you. In the end, when you come back and say, hey, what religion did MASHAYACH go under? If thou can say. What religion did he go by? What about Isaiah? Should we read Jeremiah? Jeremiah had to have a religion. I know. He got it. What, he's a Baptist? A Catholic? Was he a Jehovah's Witness? Come on, help me. So I know. Seventh-day Adventist? Holiness? Church of God in Christ? Was he apostolic? What was Jeremiah? What about Peter? James? I mean, what religion were they? You gotta have some answer. Because it's like, if not, then why would you do that? Jeremiah 5:21. Jeremiah 5:21. Hear now this, O foolish people, and without understanding, which have eyes and see not, which have ears and hear not. Fear ye not me? You know, the most I say, you don't fear me. You ain't scared of me. You ain't afraid of me. I bet you when people go through a hurricane, tornado, and you in it, I bet you ain't talking about, oh, Mother Nature, stop. Oh, El Nino, please, please, please stop. La Nina, global warming. Oh no, you're gonna kill me. I don't think so. You know what the Most said? Fear you not me? He said, you don't fear me? Said the Most High. Will you not tremble at my presence? Which have placed the sand for the bound of the sea by a perpetual decree, that it cannot pass it? And though the waves thereof toss themselves, no matter how high they go, yet can they not prevail? Though they roar, yet can they not pass over it? But this people have a revolting and a rebellious heart. A revolting, Mosiah said, and a rebellious mind. They are revolted and gone. Mosiah said, you gone. So a lot of times, you know, we got to look at ourselves like, well, they pretty much, you know, finished, man. Why you don't take the time to look at this and really want to learn? Work your mind. Work your mind. Because if you don't work your mind, you don't want to know anything. People don't want to know. That's what's so sad. They don't want to know. Exodus 20:18. He said, you ain't going to fear me. Now, this Moses went up to get the 10 Commandments. Exodus 20 is the 10 Commandments, y'all, if you didn't know. So, he laid out the 10 Commandments. At verse 20, no, we're going to go to 18. Remember what I said, you ain't going to fear me? Listen, and all the people saw the thunderings and the lightnings and the noise of the trumpet and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood afar off. They went away from the mountain. When they seen the thunderings and the lightnings and the noise of the trumpet and the mountain smoking like a volcano. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood afar off. And they said unto Moses, speak thou unto us, and we will hear, but let not the Most High speak with us, lest we die. See? Put that down. But there was fear in them. That's why I was giving you an example. When certain things happen, people's hearts started beating fast and they get scared. But without that, without him showing up and showing out, people be just like, oh, whatever. Not realizing, man. As I said, you ain't gonna fear me. Jeremiah, the 9th chapter, in the 3rd verse. Jeremiah 9:3. And they bend their tongues and their words like their bow of for lies. Lying. They bend their tongues like their bow for lies. You know how bow and arrow, you bend it back. They bend their their tongue, their speech for lies. But they are not valiant for the truth upon the earth, for they proceed from evil to evil, and they know not me, said the Most High. They don't know the Most High. Because you know the Most High, you can be able to open up this Bible and show the Most High in this Bible. What else he leave us to go by? You should be able to open up this Bible and show the Most High in this Bible. Ezekiel 12:2. Precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line. Line upon line, here a little and there a little. This puzzle that is. A way of life. It's the only way of life. Ezekiel 12:2. Son of man, thou dwellest in the midst of a rebellious house, which have eyes to see and see not. Hear what he said? A rebellious house, a rebellious family, which have eyes to see and see not. They have ears to hear and hear not. They got eyes, but they can't see. What they're supposed to be seeing? This truth. The word of the Most High. And with understanding. Most rebellious house, which have eyes to see and see not. They have ears to hear and hear not. But they are a rebellious house. See. So, this is what we're up against and what we're dealing with and trying to bring forth this truth to our people, because, and a lot of you, I must say, a lot of you fall into excuses. Y'all got excuses for being disobedient, for doing the things you do. I mean, it's all the way back from the beginning. Go to Genesis, 3rd chapter. Genesis, the 3rd chapter. It's the 3rd chapter deal with Satan dealing with Eve, and Eve dealing with Adam. I'll show you some excuses. Genesis, the 3rd chapter, the 12th verse. And the man said, this Adam, man said, the woman whom thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat. Most I said we wasn't supposed to eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. They both knew this. But what is the excuse? Trying to point the finger at somebody else. Point the finger at Eve. See that? And the Most High said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent, the serpent, the serpent. Excuses. Beguiled me. Fooled me, and I did eat. Verse 16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow. This is the punishment, the judgment. And thy conception, having babies. And sorrow thou shalt bring forth children. And thy desire shall be to thy husband. And he, who is the husband of the woman, shall rule over thee. Right? That's the law. That's the law. And unto Adam, he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife. That's why a lot of women, they talking. That's why, men, you got to be able to know these scriptures and know what's right from wrong and observe the wisdom and understanding that they have and make the right decision according to thus say the Most High. Word. And unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife. See, he listened to that woman, to the woman. When she brought the wrong understanding, he already knew, and she knew they were supposed to eat of the tree of knowledge of evil, but knowledge of good and evil. No excuse. He said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree, of which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for thy sake, and sorrow thou shalt eat of it all the days of thy life. See, he gave that punishment. But you see, they had excuses. They both knew. Proverbs 28 and 13. Proverbs 28 and 13. So you know what's right and you do what's wrong, or you gonna get it. Proverbs 28 and 3. Man, we could have been living forever. Proverbs 28:13. He that covereth his sins shall not prosper. You know, you don't see me, people, but the eyes of the Most High 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men and even the secret things. He that covereth his sins shall not prosper, but whoso confesses and forsaketh them shall have mercy. See, you got to confess them before the Most High. And forsake, stop doing them, and he can have mercy on you. Mercy is not getting something you do deserve. See, we have a man, ultimate power the Most High is. So much mercies. Mercies, it says. Not mercy, but mercies. How many times have he gave us mercies? Plural. Go to James, the 1st chapter. Verse 12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation. For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life. You got to endure the devil. He the tempter. That's why I tell you in Ecclesiastes, the 2nd chapter, the 1st verse, when thou come to serve the Most High, prepare thy spirit for temptation. Right? So say, blessed is the man that endureth temptation. For when he is tried, or a woman, when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Most High has promised to them that love him. And the only way you love him is to keep his commandments. 1 John 5 and 3. For just the love of the Most High, that we keep his commandments. And his commandments are not grievous. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of the Most High. Don't put it on the Most High, because you're supposed to be preparing yourself for the devil and the things that he's going to do, and have an out. Most High give you an out. Never give you more than you can bear. He'll give you an out. You just got to be ready to deal with being in order with him to get that out. You see? That's why I say, let no man say when he is tempted of the devil, I am tempted of the Most High. For the Most High cannot be tempted with evil. Hear that? He cannot be tempted with evil. Neither tempted he any man. Hear that? The Most High. No, you can't blame it on the Most High. See, when you're doing something wrong or you're getting paid back, he chastening you for whatever it is because of the evil that you've done, you draw evil to you. Most High is all righteous. And whatever he do is righteous in his doings. Can you relate to that? That's why you got to give him praise for everything. Listen. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed, knowing what you can deal with and can't deal with. Those that have spirits of evil and lust and so forth, because the devil get it to people. That here come people coming around you, and here you are falling right into their enticement. That's why you got to be strong. Because the Most High ain't tempt you. That's the devil. Most High is not tempted with evil. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. Then when lust has conceived, it bringeth forth sin. You see? When lust is conceived, then it bringeth forth sin. You breaking the Most High's laws. And sin, which is a transgression of the Most High's law, 1 John 3 and 4. When it say, and sin, when you transgress the Most High's laws, when it is finished, bring it forth death. So how do you form your mouth to say that we're not under the law when sin is a transgression of the law? And he tell you when you fulfill sin, it's gonna bring forth death. That's the lake of fire, y'all. Do not err, my beloved brethren. Don't let nobody put you in error. He said, do not err. Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, and coming down from the Father of lights, with whom is no variableness, neither shadow of turning. Because it's going to be right what he's going to do. And it's blessing him, blessing you. But if you want to follow some other way, that's on you. You see? And you're going to find that everybody can find excuses of why they in darkness, why they ignorant, why they not knowing. Because it's all written here. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Go to Romans. That's why I say when you look at the New Testament, you got to understand the principles that they coming with is from the Old Testament. That's all they had when they walked the earth. Tell me who had the New Testament when they walked the earth? MASHAYACH did? He had book of Revelations. I mean, these are little things that you need to think about so that you